All right, got a brand new episode. Run and Tell That podcast. How's everybody's week?
Dale as well. You guys doing okay?
Yep, yeah.
Great,
Uh,
great. You guys can hear me?
How's everybody else
everything
doing?
good over here. Everything good here. You know.
All right. How everything going with you, him?
Everybody had a good week, successful week.
Yeah, we had a flash sale for filet mignon in my district. My meat department went number one. Number one in the district, number 16 in the company. So yeah,
Congratulations, man. So that confirms
yeah.
you are the meat man. That confirms it. You the man.
Well, yeah. I mean, I cut 11 cases, so I cut
Yeah.
66 whole tenderloins.
Wow.
66. My we end up generating a little over $4,000 just on filet mignons. We wasn't gonna beat the flagships. The flagships they did like super flags. They did like 13,000 just on filet mignons, but we did four
But for your
thousand.
store in your region, that's decent.
That's the next for the district I'm in, District 21. The next closest store was like 1,000 off. So they did 3,000. I did four. So yeah,
Well,
my old
congratulations, man.
store
That's all.
they only did like $500. It was so funny to me. They did 500.
Okay.
So,
Bro, everything right in your
Don't
world?
blow.
huh?
I was asking, bro, is everything right in his world?
Oh yeah, everything good over here. Can y'all hear me?
All right. Well, yeah, we can hear you.
Good, good.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, I guess we can get into tonight's topic, episode 92. Have you ever had a secret relationship?
That's an interesting topic. That could be a scary
It
topic,
is.
but interesting topic.
Could be.
It
Could
could
be.
be. Could be. Question before we get started: what would be the
Hmm?
purpose of a secret relationship, or the benefits, or the downfalls?
Hmm. Well, the downfall is getting caught if it's a secret. Depending
Yeah.
on well, it all depends because now you have some women that some not all, but you have some that they dealing with somebody and they keep them a secret, and it's because they don't want anybody else trying to push up on that purpose. Because I see stuff on social media where women be like they don't want to post the guy that they're with, so technically that's considered a secret relationship also
Okay. So,
because they
question.
don't want other women trying to push up on them.
So, when we look at this such a situation like this, let's say it's a triangle of three. Are you trying to play one against the other, or you just trying to keep the world outside or messing up that threesome? Because technically, that's what it is, a threesome.
That's if the other one know though,
True.
right?
True.
Because there's a lot of people that's in a thr in a thruple and don't know they in one.
True. That's true as well. That's true as well.
So
We
I
just
don't
said the
know.
con side is getting caught. Is there a
Yeah,
pro side?
you get caught. Um, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. Ro, what do you think?
Do you think the pro side is that whatever benefits that the secret relationship bring you, you're not getting from your main one?
Hmm.
Would that be considered a pro? or no?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if you talking about if there's a particular thing that you like, but the person that you're with doesn't is not into that, then I guess the pro would be with the other person. Because if they're able to, if they're able to fulfill that, then I guess it would be considered a pro.
I guess the question is then, how long should this go on? And again, have you introduced that thing to your prime? We know your secondary will do all the little tricks and things that your prime won't do. Have you offered it to them, him or her? I mean, because some things are deal breakers. But like I said, do you
Yeah.
stay with that one that don't do those special little things? Because again, the second one ain't stick with material. He or she is like, I'm in it for a minute, and that's it. And do they accept that role?
Your your volume is
But
going
what
down.
I'm sorry, fellas.
but what do you
Any
do
better?
when
What do you say, bro?
We did, bro.
I said, but what do you do when the second one is doing the exact thing as the first one? So it's like take the sexual part out of it. It's just the second one could be the one that you have those intimate conversations with, but then the first one is the one that you may want to chill with the most. So you catching your positives from both of them, and now you done caught yourself in one of them dilemmas because you can't escape that the life that you live in because you in the mix and you in love with two
You
women.
still?
Is that possible to be in love with two
Well,
women or two men?
I
Possible?
I mean, I
mean,
think it's possible. I think it's possible. I think it's possible.
yeah,
I think Bro had hit it
because
right on the nail in that now you got a dilemma. You got a situation, and
You got a headache.
yeah, and the thing is, how long will you be able to deal with it? And
Yeah.
then again, God forbid if one finds out or the one that's in the dark find out,
Yeah,
now you're gonna have to pick a side.
that's right.
If he or she allow you to pick a side.
And the saddest thing about it is that you got to remember too now, like with ladies and all that, and not to sit there and say anything wrong with the ladies and all this stuff like that, but ladies are good for covering up things. You know what I'm saying? Now we just get busted, but we
Oh yeah.
as men we get busted, but ladies they'll sit there
They
and
get caught out
I
though.
mean like.
They
I mean,
get
like,
caught up.
so think about it for a second. And I don't know if you guys can hear me, but think about it for a second. We'll get there, we'll get drunk, and we'll go in there and take a shower, and we'll leave our phone and all this stuff like we ain't deleting the message. These ladies don't get drunk. What they do is that they delete the message and all that stuff like that. They got time to actually do that because they don't drink as hard as we do. You know what I'm saying? So they can sit there and cover up. You know what I mean? But if you have some ladies that already black out and all, go to their phone. Okay, go to their phone. You'll probably find out some stuff you ain't got no cause finding out.
And then you go
I
through somebody's phone. That's how your feelings get hurt.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, you
That's
yeah,
how your feelings get
yeah.
hurt. Your
That's
feelings
right.
get really hurt.
That's right.
Going through
You
somebody's
can't go.
phone.
That's right. That you're 100% right. But guess what? I'll tell you this. I'll bet you any money. If you in a relationship with a lady and all that stuff like that, your girlfriend or boyfriend, and you just happen to been somewhere too long, and you say, I'm about to take a shower, I'll bet you any money she'll go do your phone.
oh for sure.
Because you say you supposed to been at her house at 8 o'clock and you showed up at 11 o'clock. Now she'll go strictly to
Hmm.
your phone before we do.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
I won't go to nobody's phone. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying I think most ladies will go through the men's phone first before we go through their phone.
I believe that. I see that. I see that. I see that. But
I know a situation. I got an example of a situation, right? So I know somebody close to me, and he got caught up. What he did was he fell asleep. He fell asleep. She went through his phone. She was able to all his shit was on Instagram. So he deleted the app, but he never did get rid of the messages. So if you delete the app, bring it back, it can recover some of the messages.
Wow.
When she saw them damn messages, all I know is his head went through a wall. It's not funny, but it is funny because I know who it is. Because you know who it is. But yeah, I haven't. Rono, because I'm saying like literally, she put his head through a wall.
Mm.
She found everything, everything. Good morning messages, all type of stuff. I'm like, tell your girl good morning before you tell your side chick good morning. I'm just saying, how you gonna tell your side chick good morning first?
I don't know. Maybe your side chick came to mind first. I don't know. But I've known some chicks that have that are aware that they're the side chick.
Y'all
They're aware
volume,
of it.
y'all volume keep dropping. You keep
Any
getting
better,
lower.
fellas?
Can't hear
Any
you.
better? Any better?
Still the same.
Still the same. I don't know what to tell you, fellas.
Maybe
Say all right. Is this any better?
Yeah, that's better. I can hear y'all now.
Okay.
I can hear y'all.
Okay. Listen,
But before y'all, I was gonna say before you get your point out, let me play these because we got 3 messages before they start adding up.
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing? Happy Friday. This is a very interesting topic. Yes, I've had a secret relationship. Well, I don't know how secret it was because, of course, my bestie knew about it. But, yeah, it'd be kind of fun a little bit. But it definitely is taxing, especially when they expect more of you than they expect from the person that they with. Like, it makes no type of sense.
she has
I
she has a
also feel
sweet
like
voice
there
and it's a
is
little
a
soft.
different dynamic from when a man has someone on the side. He expects more of her and will put the main up on a pedestal like, I don't want to tie her up, or I don't want to do this with her, or I don't want to do that with her. They want to hold her up to like a higher standard and then slut the side out. When women, they save themselves per se, right? Like, oh, I'll only do this certain thing with this person or with my main person versus like slutting out the side, if that makes sense.
Mm. We got one more from one from Renaissance.
What's going on, fellas? Men of science. If the woman look through your phone and she find messages, good morning, buenos dias, ni hao, who cares? Did you sleep with her or not? I mean, how are you supposed to appreciate the woman that you're with if you don't notice anyone else? It could just be banter. I wouldn't worry about that.
Yeah, if it was anybody else, but this person, yeah, you got to worry about that. You have to worry about him. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
all messages
yeah,
matter.
yeah. When it comes to him, all messages matter. Like, yeah, there's a whole lot of good morning and grand risings going on.
Next minute, all you hear is whoop that trick.
Oh wow, yeah, yeah,
And you trying to figure
that
out.
did
Now
happen.
you trying to figure out why she done folded that toaster across your back.
So my
Oh
question
wow,
why we can't see people at the
we can't
bottom?
hear y'all.
We can't see anybody at the bottom, but like I said, and again, we again, as always, we thanking our listeners, and especially for their contribution. But like I said, we just can't see what's going on, and sometimes even with us now, the hearing is a little tough. But like I said again, you got to be mindful about the topic of the night's discussion: a secret relationship. The thing is, what happens when it's no longer a secret? Are you prepared to deal with the consequences and possible repercussions of that secret being found out?
That's right.
Then I guess you go find someone else and create a whole nother secret. If you ain't
No,
got
like I
caught
said,
that time.
but when do you learn? When do you learn that that secret?
Some people never
Uh,
learn. Some people never
like I
learn.
said again, but like I said now again, let's be real too. Sometimes these secrets get people killed,
Yeah.
both men and women.
They
Yeah.
do.
Cause some, like I say,
They
when
do.
you start tugging at heartstrings the wrong way,
That's right.
and you play them sour notes, sometimes that come back and bite you on the butt. Again, I'm not knocking anybody that got them a side chick or a side dude. I'm not knocking you, but at the end of the day, be mindful.
Yeah.
Those things that are done in the dark will come to light
That's right.
eventually.
But you got to remember too. Ain't so many times you gotta play that violin before that string break.
Yeah, that's true.
Because once that string break, man, that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Music ain't so sweet no
No,
more.
no.
No, what ain't sweet is you coming out because we from Lancaster, so y'all know Crossroads. You come out of Crossroads and somebody call your name and you turn around and they got a whole gun in their hand. Whoa, wow, really?
Hey,
Next thing you
and
know,
that's
they
true.
asking you, you done
You was
slept with my
breaking.
wife or whatever? Huh?
That's real. That's real.
No,
And
that's real.
You
Yeah.
was
yeah,
breaking up. You said what now?
I said,
no,
what's, you know what I'm saying? As far as like coming out of Crossroads and somebody call your name, you turn around, they got a gun. Somebody somebody told them you were sleeping with their wife or whatever. That's the worst feeling in the world.
no. That worst feeling is the hot leg come through. That's the worst feeling. Again, like
It's
when you
not
call your
funny,
name, your
but me and
feelings
Ro
get
know what
stirred.
it is. So that's what's making me and Ro laugh because we know the situation. But
Okay. Well,
yeah,
like I
it's
said,
not
man, y'all
funny
gonna
though.
keep it to yourself. But then again, and some of the third parties or the side people, sometimes they have not learned how to play their role. If you go in accepting this as a that's your role, and you don't know how to play it correctly, then that causes problems. The secret won't stay secret for long.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I've known young ladies that have identified themselves, and they honor that being the side piece. They just honor that. Matter of fact, they encourage the relationship between you and your primary, as long as they're not getting shorty.
That's right.
They don't want to be shorties. No, if you buy your wife or your girl a Prada bag, they want a Prada bag too. You go ahead and buy her something nice, they want something nice too. So, like I said, that's them understanding their role. But like I said again, and some prefer to be the side piece. Some prefer to be the secret lover. Because they can still come and go as they please, and you have no rights to tell them yay or nay. You can't see him. You can't go there because again, don't forget it's a secret. You don't want the secret to come out.
Well, yeah, I used to work with somebody. I think last time I worked, it was like a couple years ago, and me and her had a conversation because we worked. Well, she came in to the meat department, started working in the meat department, and she, you know how you just going back and forth talking or whatever, and she said she was a great side chick.
Wow,
She
that
was
that
like,
that's deep. That's a statement.
she was, she was just like I was a great side chick. It was, you know what I'm saying. He would come over. I wouldn't stress him. I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying. But then his wife found out, and the wife was like, "You can go ahead and you can get the dick as long as she got the money, as long as she made sure that the money didn't go into that house and stayed in their house, her house." And
So
I
then,
guess
has
that was the
everybody?
understanding.
Everybody has accepted their role.
Everybody accepted they role. Hmm.
Okay, okay. But like I said, again, for men and women, like I said again, it's tough. And then, like I said again, if you're talking about people that are in sincerely committed relationship, or at least one of them thinking that could be difficult days ahead of you.
That's wild as hell. That sounds like somebody waiting on their pension like a goddamn jaded cop.
You stupid. We got 2 messages.
Hey, what's good, what's good? G-Man, Ro, and Gerald, what's going on? Just listening at the moment. I think I came in when you guys was talking about going through the phones and stuff. Me particularly, if I have to go through a man's phone, I don't need to be with them. That's something that I never would see myself doing, I guess. But have I ever been in a secret relationship? I would say I wouldn't call it I would say situationship. Years ago, yes, when I was very young and didn't care. I really didn't care. But I'm gonna continue to read the room. Hope all is well. Everyone in the audience. Oh,
What's going on?
Who's that? Calvin.
No. Another message from Minnesota.
Oh, okay. So you had dude, he had a crazy one. You know what they say? Any woman that back her car up in the driveway, she crazy. Generally speaking.
Yes, sir.
I ain't gonna say she crazy. But yeah, she's just not gonna put up with a lot of shit from him because she's older than him anyway by a few years. So yeah. But I guess if you keep doing the same thing, and he gets caught doing the same thing, it never be like he get caught with the person, or it just be those DMs on Instagram or whatever, Messenger or whatever. That's how he gets caught. So
Yeah, he's that guy that likes to go to Carowinds and only get on Thunder Road.
yeah,
And when they shut
just
Thunder
the
Road
same.
down, he'll just sit there and look at the empty spot that used to be Thunder Road. That's him.
Exactly. He does the same thing. He's a creature of habit. Does the same thing.
I think at the end of the day, you gotta be mindful. Is that secret worth keeping? And again, you have to count the cost. Like I said again, I probably want to think all of us have at one time or another. But at the end of the day, like I said, you got to count the cost. Is it worth it? Are you so vested in what you have to risk it on that secret? Because like I said, he or she may forgive and they'll never forget. They may forgive, but they won't forget. And like I said, do you want to proceed? How do you want the relationship going forward?
Well, what about another take on it, which is neither one of them are the main one, and you trying to decide who's the main one. So technically, you got two side people. You got two number twos, and you trying to see who's gonna get promoted.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like I said, once you make that determination, who's gonna be number one, then you're gonna have to let maybe the side one go. And again, that may not be easy as well. Because again, I'm quite sure you got time, you got energy, you got emotions invested. So like I said, you done went through your whole draft process. You done found your number one draft pick. Who are you gonna cut? And how well will they receive the cut? Because don't forget now, for the longest, they've been on the team, they've been in the game. And now they turn around and you gonna cut them? That might not be an easy separation.
But what if you realize, you know what? I really don't want to sign neither one of y'all to a long-term contract. So I'm just gonna keep giving both of them a 10-day.
10-day. Mm.
Yeah,
give them
well,
10-day
go
extension.
keep on 10 days. Yeah,
Eh,
you know.
That could be a little tricky too. Everything could be coochie crunch until day 7, and then all hell break out on day 8. Could be a little tricky. Could be a little tricky. I just want people to be mindful that again, secrets do come to light after a while, and sometimes they don't. You may get away with this for years, but like I said, at the end of the day, you're gonna have to identify your number one draft pick. You're gonna have to make your selection. You're gonna have to tell the world, and then, like I said, but now the number two, the one you cut, may not go away quietly. But you done sold them a lot of dreams in the shower.
Have any of y'all been in a secret relationship at some point back in the day before y'all got, married and in relationships?
Like I said, man, I think everybody's been there at one time or another. Because, like I said, you young and you dumb. You think you can keep keep juggling all those balls. As long as you think you can keep them in the air, you may try. Because, like I said, you're trying to identify that number one. In the same token, like I said, it, it, it I found that it just don't end well.
I never had a secret relationship.
Right. Never ever.
Hmm? Hmm?
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna put this on
Well,
you. You may
that
not have been the
What
means,
is that?
well,
commander of the secret. Have you been a part of the secret relationship?
You say what? Have I ever been part
Have
of
you been
one?
a part of a secret relationship? What
You
I
just
meant by that,
twisted the whole thing
you the
around.
one that didn't know.
I never had a secret relationship. Never been in one.
Ah, 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 ah,
no,
ah.
nah. I
So
think
you never had
Well,
a
I think
first
you're
secret
off,
asking,
secret.
you got to be in a
have
relationship.
you
I
ever
never,
been to one?
other than my,
No, no. I think
other than
you're
my
asking,
marriages,
have
I've never been
you?
in a relationship.
So
Huh?
you
No, I
okay?
think
All right.
what Dale is asking, have you ever been the secret?
I don't know. Could have
See,
been.
Yeah.
so you don't know. So you can't say that. You can't honestly
Could
make
have
that
been.
statement. You might have said you've never
No,
cut
I
the
can make the
secret,
statement. No,
but you
I
might
can
have
make the
been the secret.
statement that I was not the person that conducted that had a main and a side. I never did that.
But you can admit you might have been the side. You might have been the
Could
secret.
have been. I
All
could
right,
have
then so
been.
technically you have been in a secret relationship.
No,
Technically,
no, not
but you
really.
don't know.
We don't know,
But
so
you
I
don't
can't
know.
say.
You don't know.
We can't say I was, and we can't say I wasn't. So we
Ah,
don't know.
that's this one there, boy. See,
But if you think about it, it might have been a secret relationship, but you don't know it
Look,
was a secret relationship.
look. Why does Dale always go back and forth with me? I just do it it's just fun at this point. It's just fun at this point.
I'm gonna tell you because you challenged me, man,
It's just
and I promise you,
it's just fun at this
you know
point.
what, you know what,
Why is it that
if
I'm always the one that says no to what everybody else is doing? But we all know that at one point I probably have. But I just do it just to bother you.
thank
That's
you.
why I say it.
Checkmate. You bothered me. Checkmate. You win.
Cause
Cause
yeah, I know.
I'm like, come on now, bro. You the kingpin,
No,
and
I'm
you
not.
knowing what I know, I'm like, I know you the kingpin. So I'm like, when you
Nah,
make statements
man. I
like that,
don't
I get a
know.
little twisted. I'm like, I don't
I
know.
don't know, man. I don't know about that.
Oh yeah, that's oh yeah, I don't know about that. That's
I
what I
don't know
love
about all
about you,
that
man.
now.
Okay, no problem, no problem. You gonna be my daddy used to always say, you gonna be my horse if you never win a race.
I'm just saying.
Um,
Gotta keep you on your toes. That's it.
yeah, man, I
That's it.
appreciate it, man. I'm a little older and I need to stay on my toes. You guys keep me. That's
I'm
why I
just
think I
saying.
participate in the podcast as much as I do. You guys keep it thought provoking. And I know sometimes our listeners don't always get us, but at the same token, I think they do. But you guys definitely provoke thought, and that's a good thing. And I'm hoping that's what people are getting from the podcast, provoking thought.
Yes, sir.
What's your ideal secret relationship? Ideally, if you had to design one, if you were, you were a mad genius, you're in front of the drawing board, and you had to etch out a perfect secret relationship, what would it look like?
First off, not getting caught. That's perfect. That'd be perfect for me.
That's
Not
the
get
okay.
caught.
You see,
Everything else I can work with. Don't get caught. I'm just
well,
saying.
I mean, again, I thank you, man, because again, we got a good idea now. We're not gonna get caught. That's a good plan. But now you can always identify the benefits of not getting caught. But like I said, because it ain't a perfect world, then again, you have to replan and rethink when you get caught. You got to think fast on your feet once you get caught.
Well, men. As men, we don't think that fast when it comes to getting caught.
That's
We
true.
really don't.
I tell women we're
Because
not that smart like men.
as soon as she show evidence that you cheated, what's the first thing we go, what, huh?
Yeah,
Because we trying to think of something to say.
that's right.
Women is
But again,
different.
like I said,
Some
being
the
that you
ones that
sometimes
do.
we can say again.
Not, not gonna say as far as women, the ones that do cheat or whatever. Not saying all women cheat, but the ones that do, they already have their shit mapped out. Already have
Does
it
that
mapped out.
does that make them smarter than us?
Yeah,
Okay.
better at it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Very
Because I
good.
was in a situation where okay, I was seeing somebody, and then through her made a friend or whatever. The other, the other couple was a guy. So sometimes I guess he would use me and say that he was hanging out with me when he wasn't hanging out with me. This particular time, I wasn't even thinking. And I
You
said,
didn't
no, I
think.
wasn't with him. I was with my brother last night. We all, I was with him. I was with Ro, and yeah, he got caught. Yeah, he got caught up. But I wasn't thinking. I wasn't thinking about that.
And apparently he wasn't thinking either. He didn't give you the
No, he wasn't
heads
thinking
up.
either.
Look, bro, me and you were
No,
together last night, all night. Like I said
nah, he
again,
didn't even tell me nothing.
women pay attention to the fine detail. Men get a little slack.
Not that I condone cheating in any way. I'm just saying,
Oh
he
no,
didn't
no,
inform me.
no.
He didn't inform me that he was supposed to be hanging out with me. So I just want to clear that up because I am not a cheater.
That's
I
supposed to be
don't
rule
cheat.
number one. You gotta let your mans know what's going on. Can't be surprising people.
And the crazy thing was, then he had the
You
audacity to
know,
get mad at me.
Well, you
Then
got
he
to
got
keep
mad
in
at me.
mind now. He done got
How
hurt.
you gonna
He
be
done
mad at
got caught
me?
out there.
How?
He got to
What I'm
learn
saying, how you gonna get
somebody.
mad at me? How you gonna get mad at me and you the one cheated? What are you talking about?
Because you didn't cover him. You supposed to know he wasn't right.
That's right.
You know,
It was no
because
what it
see, because
was.
you his wingman, you supposed to know. I know, bro, riding dirty. So if old girl approach me, always give
That ain't what
that
happened.
thought that yeah, we could have been together. I did see him for a little while at the place. But like I said, now you can't cover the whole night,
That's right.
but you can cover a good portion of it.
You know what?
Just because you know
No,
he ain't right.
but see,
And you know the
but
thing
see that
about
was the thing. It was the approach. It was how the person I was seeing how she approached me with it. She was like,
yeah,
"Oh, I was on the phone with such and such," and um, she said he didn't get home until late, but you got home at this time. And I'm like, "What?" I was like, "I wasn't with him. I ain't hang out with him last night." Because it was just, you know what
Now,
I'm saying? It was just her approach, and I wasn't thinking about it. I was like, I was with my brother last night. I was like, I was with my
well,
brother last night.
like I said, man, if you'd
So
have justified him for 15, 20 minutes, he had wiggle room. Yeah, I seen him so and so and so. We were together for a minute.
yeah.
Like I said, he got to figure out the rest. But at least you covered him for a portion,
That's right.
because anything happens after that.
Well, I mean, and the saddest part about it is, sometimes you have to realize who you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? If you're not dealing, if you dealt with someone who, is who lie all the time and all this stuff, like you can't cover that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because they eventually they're gonna get caught by themselves. You know what
exactly.
I
They're
mean?
gonna catch themselves.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, man, I just think that rub down yourself with some Diddy oil. Is they're selling the
Oh
drop.
wow,
They're selling inside the
wow.
store
Okay.
for $1.99. And you once people see you with the Diddy order, they know
They
who you
know.
are.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
You got Diddy all in your car, they know.
Yep.
Or that's in your whole bag, they know. They just know.
Johnson and Johnson ain't got nothing on you.
On nothing on you. That it just is what it is.
That's right. Diddy oil.
Diddy oil. Fellas,
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you, and I think, like I said, I am probably I know I'm the oldest one of the group. You know, you got to be mindful that, again, these women got feelings, and again, I'm just talking on the women end. I mean, on the guy end. So, like I said, you have to be mindful. You know, if you're not sure that she gonna be your number one, you got to let her know going into the game.
That's right.
You can't. You probably, or just some kind of subtle way of saying, I'm still dating. I enjoy the time that I spend with you. I love what we do. But like I said, I'm still dating. Give her the options or the choice whether she want to continue or not. Because like I said, secrets come out. And like I said, especially when you start dealing with emotions and feelings, it's just a tough spot to be in. You know, like I said, and again, we as men, we probably all have been there at one time or another. To some, to a serious degree. Some just like, oh, I see what you about now. And then some, I'm gonna kill you. But you gonna die tonight. You know, you it run the range. You know, for some, like I said, I'm gonna use every credit card I know you got. For some, don't call me no more. You know, so like I said, you gotta be mindful. Secrets do come out after a while.
Oh,
Let
we
me
got two
ask you
messages
something.
from Minnesota. Go ahead. What y'all say? I didn't hear y'all. I thought Rose was about to say something.
Now, I've never been in a secret relationship, but if I chose to, I would get a married woman with kids. I ain't got to worry about her doing anything because she's too busy running around with the kids. So I'm good.
Touche.
Now, what's the ideal secret relationship? See, now you talk. I would like to have one of those Persian wives of a king, one of them wives that's married to an iron sheik. She got her own money. She can fly me in. I can wear all that fancy silk those kings be wearing. Yeah, that's my ideal relationship. Arab money.
You know, Renaissance again. You may not have the silks or the whatevers, but bro, you still a king, man. You the king. We appreciate you too. What good point. Well taken.
Hey, good drink, brother. Where you at? Oh, look where I'm at.
Oh,
Dang,
oh
son.
my God. Yeah.
Well, I thought you was gonna say something before I played that message. You weren't gonna say nothing?
Oh no, no. I was just saying we had two messages, and you said
Oh,
it right when I was about to say it. So
oh.
that's all. Wasn't that now? You know. But do y'all think that y'all would be cool being the 5 piece, just being a
Say
number
again,
two?
Ro.
Yeah, side piece.
Oh,
I said, do y'all think that y'all would be cool with being a number two?
Being the number side piece.
G-Man again. Unfortunately his mic ain't working right. But again, by his own words, he'll never be nobody's number two.
Well, my mic will be right in about 10 minutes. It's charging.
Yeah, but then he'll get back on and he'll engage on his
Yeah,
own. But like I said again, you have to understand and be very comfortable with that number two role.
that's right.
You know, it's football season now. Like I said again, Shador had to be comfortable with a number four role until he showed that he's number one quality. So, like I said, you
He
just
always
have
number one quality
you
role.
in your mind, you need to think you number one. right. But like I said again, in a relationship, do you ever want to be anybody's number two? Probably not. Probably not. But again, you got to understand and realize: is there any value of being a number two? Does it serve any purpose of being a number two?
Yeah, when Menace and left that message, that what made me ask the question. So let's say you are in that mind state of like, I really don't want to be in a relationship, but I don't mind being that number two. Because to Menace's point is like, you know what, you going home to the kids, husband or boyfriend or whatever the case. I don't have to deal with none of that. I don't have to deal with none of the conversations. We may sporadic go out, but it's gonna be nowhere local in town. It's gonna be few far and in between. For the most part, we getting up and we chilling in a centralized location inside, and that's it.
But
So if you in
like I
that
said,
type of mind frame, then
I mean, again, like you said, bro, good point. If that's your mind frame,
Well, you got to remember too now, like the like if now let's take a step back. So you married, you got all the finer things and all this stuff like that, and then all of a sudden you met a woman who's married and all this stuff like that, and she said, "Hey, now you married, I married, I got kids, you got kids, you got something to lose, I got something to lose. You know what I mean? I need you to be there for me when I need you to be there." And you said, "Man, perfect timing. I was thinking the same thing. I need you to be there for me when I need you to be. So you don't call my phone. We talk at work. We hook up after we go to the bar and all that stuff like that. Nobody would never ever, because we're not changing no routine. You know what I'm saying? We do have people out there that do that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We do have people that have a girlfriend. What I won't say a side piece or side. Well, how they say side dick. You do have people that say, "I got a side dick. I got side vagina." You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But when you think about it, who do you hurt in the long run? You know what I'm saying? Because once you get crossed up and you get attached to that situation, because it might be a Friday night, y'all can't meet up. Because her husband in town, or her husband want to cook dinner for her, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, that's what the secrets start coming up. And then men, I'm a firm believer of this. I think we get in our feelings more than the woman does, because man, I seen her in 2 Friday, man. We normally hook up every Friday. God dang it, man, what are you doing? I mean, is it somebody else? You need it, because we get what we do as a man is that sometimes we get like attached to the situation when we need to remember we got our situation at home.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, I think that, and I'm talking about us as men. You know what I mean? I have never been in a situation like that and all that, but I know people that been in a situation that side piece and all that stuff like that. And I definitely can't call no names, because I mean, like, I don't want them to say, "Hey, man, you told my secret," and all this stuff like that. But remember, one of the most important thing in life and all that stuff like that is once you actually put yourself out there, you out there.
Yeah, that's true. You out there. You out there. And then, like I said again, and you be surprised how quickly you lose control.
That's right. Because bubble gum cannot be bubble gum without you chewing it.
I mean, it's just like I said. Once you made that
Pampers
decision,
can't be pampers.
I want
there
to
we
laugh.
go.
So
There we go.
If you don't have no underwear on you, if you don't
oh,
have no underwear,
that sound like Ro. That sound like something Ro would say.
if you don't
Mm,
have no underwear on right now, guess what you're gonna do on yourself? Pee or squirt.
what?
Just
Wow.
some ladies said they be looking at man and they squirt.
Oh
How the
Lord.
hell that happen?
Oh Lord. Here we go.
I
Mm.
So
Anyway.
you tell me you walking in the mall, and all of a sudden you see a fine man walking down the mall, and all of a sudden you say you squirting. How the heck that happen with no underwear on?
Or if you no, on that note, you the number two. She goes out, you guys are out together, and she starts looking at other guys. Can you get mad?
You shouldn't get mad because you're number one at home.
Exactly. You
You're
number
number one at
two.
home.
And if she's sizing up a replacement for the number two,
And look, let me
it's
say
a.
this.
I mean, you can't do anything about it.
So let me just go ahead and be funny right quick. So you had a bar, darling, and she said she started sizing up a man, and all of a sudden she said, "Hey, I'm gonna bring him back to the room with us." How would you receive that?
That's threesome now.
How would you receive that?
You looking for another chick,
No, but I'm saying,
and she's bringing in another.
but you done been dealing with her for a minute, and she want to bring somebody else in there. This is Isaac from my job. I was checking him out, and he said he was interested in having some fun with us. Would you allow that? Hell no, I will not allow that.
Don't forget, but you're still number two.
I will not allow that because Isaac might not be who he say he is. Isaac might be rude, and I ain't talking about Paul.
I'm just saying, guys and girls, men and women, brothers and sisters. This is a time that everybody's into relationships and they can be open, they can be exclusive, they can be. I mean, open. Pretty much, you understand what that means. Exclusive, you know what that means. But like I said, when you become someone's number two or you obtain a number two, you're accessing that secret. You want to keep that secret. Be mindful that there's consequences and repercussions possibly.
And another thing, and I hate, you know what? And guess what? I'm on the ladies for a second. I'm JP right now. I'm on the ladies. Stop saying you pray for this guy. You know what I mean? A lot of them people say, I prayed for him, and then when he finally came through, he's not the guy that you pray for.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It might be the next guy.
No.
A lot of ladies, matter of fact,
No.
guys too, we sit there and we pray, and then pray for this person, and next thing we go to Atlanta, and we find out that guy is not that guy, or that lady is not that lady. Remember now, it's a, yeah. Some people got.
Oh, I'm sorry, brother.
Some people talk.
I want you to be mindful that, again, at the end of the day, there's there's so many. I mean, this secret relationships is nothing new. I mean, it's been going on since. I mean, man, since almost the beginning of time. Eve even had a side piece, the devil. Again, so like I said again, it's been going on for forever.
Yes, sir.
So you have to be mindful that again, there's consequences for that. And sometimes you can kind of ease in and ease out, and there's no hurt or harm done, hopefully. But at the end of the day, you got to be mindful that secret relationships, like I said, there's a price to pay.
That's right.
And you have to be understanding, can I cover that price?
Well, and two, the older I become, I realize that it's not good to have secret relationship. You know what I mean? Because like what you do in your 40s, you can't do when you. I mean, you can't revert it like you in your 20s and all stuff like that.
I think G-Man said it correctly. When you're 20 in your 20s, like I said, the world is yours. Right. And you may have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 secrets going on at the same time. But like I said, as you grow older, your mindset changes. Yeah. And again, you start caring about them secrets. Right. When you're 20, I wouldn't give a fat baby, but in your 20s, your 30s and 40s, your mindset changes. Your 40s and 50s, your mindset changes. Right. And again, it still happens. 60s and 70s, your mindset changes. And again, needs change. Sometimes, like I said, if you take the sexual component out, for older women, I just don't want to be by myself. That's right. I'll be able to take a vacation with him. I know he's married. I know he's been into the relationship.
Whoa. You said you want to take a vacation with him.
Or her?
No, you said me, him.
No, they know what I'm talking about, not him. But him. Thank you, bro. But the other person. But like I said, the expectations are different. So like I said, you have to be able to identify the expectations. And like I said, and once you hit a level of maturity, you got to go ahead and say what you got to say. When you younger, you sneaking around, you trying to get away with what you're trying to get away with. Man, when you get older, man, you just can't play them same games when you're 20 and 30. You can't play them. They don't work well. The rules change as you get older.
Oh,
These are just my
all right,
thoughts, and we trying to have a podcast.
It's your
we got
thoughts and
through.
your
Go ahead.
Whitney Houston, I know you guys will know it quicker than I will be able to remember the song. But again, she was talking about a few stolen moments. That's all there is. Again, and like I said, if he or she can accept those few stolen moments, okay, it's what they agreed to. But some can't, but she's saving all her love. But ain't no need saving it because he can't give it back because he's still stuck in that relationship. And 9 times out of 10, a number two will never be a number one. 9 times out of 10. Possibility, not impossible. But like I said, 9 times out of 10, a number two will seldom be a number one. And that's when you're still trying to count the calls.
All right, we got 4 messages.
Oh, dang.
Renaissance.
Yes, the number 2 is no problem. That is what you call a community service. A number 2, their role is very important because they have one objective and one objective only. And that is to restore the relationship by using your genitalia. No problem with that. There's no obligation. You have one assignment. Repair relationships with your genitals.
We got one from Cali.
Oh my god, guys, I am so sorry. I've been on the phone for like the last hour. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm sorry. I've just been having a very busy real life stuff going on.
What's up, Cali?
What I heard, something about Atlanta. I heard that.
What she say? Something about Atlanta.
She heard somebody say something about Atlanta.
I ain't said nothing about Atlanta.
I might have said something about oh, I said something about the guys in Atlanta being like women in Atlanta. Yeah. I did.
Yeah. Him said discussed Atlanta.
All right, we got one more from Minnesota.
Yeah, you're right. As you get older, your mindset changes. When you're younger, you think you get the woman, then you get the power. But when you get older, you realize that you got to get the power first, then you get the woman. If you chase the power, the woman's gonna chase you. You don't realize that until you get old. When you're young, you think it's the other way around.
True Hill made this song.
If we had to have an award for the caller of the evening, Renaissance takes that 110%. Appreciate you, Renaissance. Again, and I know we're getting close to the end of our show in regards to just understanding. I don't know who thought of the topic, but again, at the end of the day, great topic. And I want everyone to understand that we're just sharing thoughts. We may be sharing some life experiences, but we still wish each and every one of our listeners the very best. 9 times out of 10, one or two or all have been in a secret relationship. Um, like I said again, not designed to hurt anybody, but it is what it is. So, like I said again, hey, just count the cost of a secret relationship.
Or whatever God can sing.
Everybody, we still here. We still together.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you still there? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, how much more time we got, fellas?
5 minutes.
Don't want to go over.
Let's see. Yeah, about 5
Okay.
minutes.
I gotta make a mad dash around the corner in a minute, but I'm gonna I'm gonna say this as my final thought. I don't know who thought of this topic tonight, but again, very good topic. It's an interesting topic. I think if everybody would be truthful with themselves that are dating, that are contemplating dating, um, they would understand and get an understanding, hopefully, of secret relationships. Again, like I said, there's a cost to be paid for them, and if you're willing to pay the cost, roll the dice, then that's what you decided to do. Again, like I said, Renaissance, if we had a caller of the evening, you the man. You win. Hands down. We thank you, Callie, and our other callers. Amazing. Thank you. Like I said, please don't take what we say as gospel. But again, we just sharing thoughts. We're having fun. Again, I do this because, like I said, I enjoy being in the camaraderie with my other podcast members. So, like I said, I'm just there. I am probably the oldest. I've seen some things. I've done some things. Some things I'm extremely proud of. Some things I'm not so proud of. But just be mindful that again, secret relationships, yay or nay, you have to make that decision for yourself. And if you can sleep good at night with them, then you're in a good position. If you can't, you might want to reevaluate. Again, I continue to thank each and every one of you.
Hey, you sum it up. You did a good job of like saying what you need to say, but him got something to say. All them peaches that be walking around. A lot of people be looking at peaches. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm talking about them dang on peaches, that stop looking at other people peaches before you realize
Keep
your
your own
peaches.
peaches.
You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by peaches is that when you actually grab a peach, and you turn it around, it's a butt. Stop looking at other people's butt.
Mm,
Recognize your own
mm.
butt. Peace.
Bro, you got a final thought?
Oh man,
No.
not really. I don't. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You got one?
Brain, brain
What?
fried. I've been up since 2 o'clock. I got nothing.
All right. Well, we appreciate everyone that's listening, everyone that will be
Yes,
listening later on.
yes,
Um,
sir.
if you want to listen to past episodes, you can check out our website, Run and Tell That Podcast on podium.com. And
Yes, sir.
if there's a topic you want us to do, then you can email us. And our email is runandtellthatpodcast@gmail.com. Um, I'm tired myself, but let me see. Let me see if I can come up with a final thought. All right, this is my final thought. All right, girls be having an ex-boyfriend, a side dude, dudes trying to fuck, guys giving her money, um, a couple of dudes they crushing on IG, or two dudes they flirt with on the job, and still go through your phone and get mad if you texting another bitch. That's my
God,
final
That's right.
thought.
bitch,
Y'all know.
Jesus,
That's right.
that was aggressive.
But I'm just saying.
That's right.
I'm just saying.
She lost
But
her
God
am I
mind
wrong
dang,
though?
on that one.
But am I wrong though? Am I wrong? Nobody
that
said I
bitch
was wrong.
phone
Y'all just
chose
said I was
mine.
aggressive. All right, this was another episode from Run and Tell That
Yes, sir.
Podcast, and we are out.
Peace.